Nah, man, we have to talk about it. Y'all know how we all clown on those Disney adults? Those grown-ass people in their 30s and 40s wearing Mickey Mouse ears or crying during the fireworks and collecting those freaking Disney pins? Yeah, they've all become the punchline, right? But let me introduce y'all to their inbred ass cousins hiding in the shadows hoping we don't see them. The Nintendo adults. Bro, trust me, they're no better. Actually, they may be worse because at least these Disney adults, they know that they're cringe. Nintendo adults though, bro, they think that they're cool as hell. It's like, no dude, you are simping for Mario and you're 38 years old, bro. I'm talking about you have grown men in their 30s and 40s with a full Nintendo Switch themed bedroom, bro. A Triforce tattoo and little shelves, plastic shelves with Amiibos on them. Talking about I'm a collector. My boy, you're 40. Mind you, these are the same people that will turn their nose at like a GTA 6, a Witcher 4, you know, a Cyberpunk 2, games like that. They'll be like, nah, bro, that shit is trash. I would never play that game. Have you ever played Super Mario World 2, Yoshi's Island? Now that's a good game. And you're looking at them like, yo, you know it's 2025, right? Now let me say, I do love a good old game. I love The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time or Super Mario 64, jumping through paintings, jumping on Goomba's heads. Bro, that shit was clean as hell, man. Bro, getting the little green box, turning into Metal Mario, going underwater, going to play with the Loch Ness Monster in that one level, jumping on his back to get on his head to go get the star. Bro, I know all about it. But I'm saying you're not gonna catch me with a fake mustache and a red hat talking about call me Super Mario. Like you have these old people in their 40s talking about peak gameplay is a monkey throwing a barrel at you and you have to jump over it. And they're like, yeah, but bro, the second barrel comes faster. You see the difficulty? And see, these people were hiding in the shadows like a little creep, right? But they came out the woodwork with the release of the Switch 2, and that's where I've really been seeing it. These people are the same ones coming out talking about how, yeah, I understand the Switch 2 is overpriced at $450 compared to the Switch 1, which released at $300. And they're like, yeah, I understand that the Switch 2 only released with one game. Of course. But you don't understand. I have to get it, bro. It's a Nintendo Switch. What am I gonna do? Not play Mario Kart? Meanwhile, I'm like, yo, you know that there's Forza Horizon 5, right? You can just play that. It's a way better racing game. Bro, you talking about Mario Kart right now. Are we really having this conversation? And it's always these old IPs. It's the Mario, the Pikachu, the Legend of Zelda, the Donkey Kongs. I said Pikachu, I meant Pokemon. It's always these IPs that have these motherfuckers in like a stranglehold on their testicles. They're like, they just can't move away from Nintendo products. Do y'all realize that Nintendo would not exist in the way we know it now if they were to release their games on every other console, including PC? Bro, the Nintendo Switch 2 would have sold 7 units worldwide, bro. I did the math. Like, these Nintendo users are basically Apple fans or gamblers because they're sitting here saying, look, I know it's rigged. I know I'm being scammed right now, but you don't understand. I have to buy the new one, bro. I have to go pull the slot machine lever again. Like, bro, how do you have Stockholm Syndrome for Nintendo? And then also, bro, we laugh and clown on mobile gamers, but Nintendo fans are just mobile gamers with Joy-Cons in their hand because you're spending $400, $500, $600 for a tablet that barely runs things at 720p and runs through its own battery in like 2 hours. And then half the games released for the Switch 2 are literally just remakes of older games released for $80 on the Switch 2, while these games look worse on the Switch 2 than their original platform. Cyberpunk, there's no way Cyberpunk looks better on the Switch than the PC. You can get Cyberpunk on PC for like $8. So like I was saying, we clown on mobile gamers because it's like, oh bro, you just spent $50 in Clash of Clans gems, which you should literally never do at any moment in your entire life. Even if you're captured by ISIS and it's an interrogation tactic that you have to buy these gems or they'll cut your nuts off, you still don't do it because you gotta have some kind of self-respect, okay? That also goes for Nintendo fans. What's that thing Asmongold says sometimes? Something about like dick eaters will always eat dicks. Please stop doing it, y'all. That's what I'm trying to say. Look, my message to all Nintendo fans is this. You can play real games with real storytelling, real graphics, real mechanics on a real console or a real platform like PC. You could be playing Elden Ring at 4K, Cyberpunk, God of War. Hell, even Stardew Valley has more emotional range than the last Mario game. But no. You're out here pre-ordering Super Mario Wonder 2, Yoshi's Back Again, and Slightly Greener. Or talking about how, yo, I gotta get Splatoon 9, bro. You don't understand. Bro, shooting paint goes hard. You wouldn't know if you don't buy a Nintendo Switch 2 for $500. Oh, and also on a side note, I'm not talking about, when I say Nintendo adults, I'm not talking about somebody who's literally 18, legally an adult. I'm talking about somebody who's like in their 30s and 40s, somebody who has like 3 kids, and they're over here talking about how they have to buy the new Nintendo Switch, yelling at their kids, you can't play it, you can't play it, this is my console. Yo, look in the mirror, okay? Breathe in, breathe out, and fucking relax, bro. So that's basically all I'm trying to say is I feel like once you're in your 30s, 40s, 50s, you know, you gotta go upgrade, bro. If you really want to play a handheld device, go get a Steam Deck. Even though in reality, you probably shouldn't be playing a handheld device as a full grown adult anyway. Because I'm sitting here thinking like, what are you doing? When are you playing a handheld device that you can't just be sitting down on a PC or on a console? What, is your wife driving you to the dentist's office and you're sitting here in the lobby swinging your fucking feet while you sit on the chair playing your damn Switch 2 or your Steam Deck? You getting driven around while you in the back seat sitting in the car seat playing your Switch 2 or your Steam Deck? When do you have time for this, bro? Bro, just sit in the computer chair and destroy your lower back so you need a wheelchair or a cane in your 50s like all of us. That's what's cool right there, bro. Not having any back strength is cool. But look, ultimately, there's nothing wrong with playing a Nintendo console. There's nothing wrong with buying one. There's nothing wrong with enjoying the games. I think Zelda is a pretty cool IP. What I'm talking about is this insane level of fandom that some adults have. Being super mega fans, being like, oh no, Yoshi is literally the best game I've ever played. The new Yoshi game, bro. I have to get that shit. It's weird, and I don't know if an adult should have that much of a liking to something that children also like, unless it's food or something. You like pizza, bro. Hey, whatever. That shit smacks, I get it. But if we actually stood up and had some testicles between our legs and stood up to Nintendo and stopped buying all their shitty consoles, maybe they'd actually have to release their games on Steam, Xbox, PS5, things like that, which would be honestly great for the gaming community as a whole. So maybe let's try to do that next time, all right, y'all? Relax with the damn Switch 2, Switch 3 purchases. But with that, I want to say thank you for listening to this video. Thanks for listening to me just rant. If it pissed you off, put it down in the comments. Try to explain to me how it's super, super awesome and really, really cool to be 44 years old and be addicted to the Nintendo Switch 2 and have a Nintendo logo tattooed on your neck. But like always, I'm gonna see y'all next time and stay safe out there.